Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Lakatsirong Butiki. Mula doon sa makasaysayang simbahan ng Betes, Guagua, Pampanga, ang St. James the Apostol Parish Church o mas kilala sa pangalan na Betes Church. Nakatawid na ako ngayon dito sa makasaysayan rin na simbahan ng Bacolor, Pampanga, ang San Guillermo Parish Church o mas tanyag sa pangalan na Bacolor Church. Samahan niyo ako dito guys! The municipality of Bacolor is a third-class municipality in the province of Pampanga. According to the 2020 census, it has a population of 48,066 people. Bacolor is the birthplace of Father Anselmo George D. Fajardo, considered the father of Kapampangan literature, for writing the 1831 Kapampangan Commedia, Don Gonzalo D. Cordova. Bacolor is 9 kilometers from San Fernando, 26 kilometers from Angeles, and 75 kilometers from Manila. Don Guillermo Manabat, a rich landlord, is believed to be the founder of Bacolor in 1574. Historical records show that Bacolor has been in existence as a proposed settlement as early as 1571. The same year, Manila was founded by the Spanish. When the Spaniards arrived in Bacolor, they found Bacolod. Its original name meant level ground because the site was formerly part of the Luzon coastline until eruptions from Mount Pinatubo raised it above the ocean floor. The first settlers of Bacolor were believed to be Malays that came from Atji in Sumatra, led by Panday Pera. It is believed to have been founded by Monmon, first cousin and sister-in-law of Malangsik, a son of Prince Balagtas. However, historians recorded the official foundation of Bacolor in 1574 through a landlord named Guillermo Manabat, whose palatial house and resting place is now the site of the San Guillermo Church, hence the church name. The name Bacolod was changed to Bacolor with the advent of the Spanish. During the British occupation of Manila, when Manila fell to the British, it became capital of the exiled government of Governor-General Simon de Anda y Salazar from October 6, 1762 to May 30, 1764. The provincial offices were temporarily moved to Factoria, now San Isidro, Nueva Ecija. Through a decree of the King of Spain on November 9, 1765, Bacolor became Villa de Bacolor, one of the only 3 villas in the Philippines, and was granted a special coat of arms. Simon de Anda organized an army of natives for the defense of Bacolor and with the aim of recapturing Manila. It remained the capital of Pampanga until the provincial seat of government was transferred to to neighboring San Fernando in 1904. The coming of the American colonizers broke up the military form of government, and instead, political and economic reforms were introduced. A civil form of government was organized and was inaugurated on February 13, 1901 by William H. Taft, which took place in the old Escuela de Artes y Oficios de Bacolor, later known as the Pampanga School of Arts and Trade, and now the Don Honorio Ventura State University, the first state university in Pampanga. The first provincial civil governor was Don Seferino Joven, and the first municipal president of Bacolor was Don Stanislao Santos. Pampanga was acknowledged as the first province to have organized civil government in the Philippines by General Grant, and then President of the United States of America. When the Second World War broke out, Japanese fighter and bomber planes invaded the municipal town in Bacolor in December 1941 until the town was occupied by the Imperial Japanese forces in 1942. Pampangan guerrillas and Hukbalahap communist groups joined in an insurgency centered around the municipality of Bacolor, supported by local soldiers and military officers of the Philippine Commonwealth Army. Their attacks against the Japanese occupation continued until 1945, when Filipino and American forces liberated the municipality of Bacolor. On the morning of October 1, 1995, over 20 feet of lahar from the slopes of Mount Pinatubo and surrounding mountains buried the entire barangay of Cabalantian, among many others, killing hundreds of people. 18 of the 21 barangays of Bacolor were buried. The lahar flows from the mountains raised the town to its current level of an approximate 37 meters above sea level. The main landmark of the town is the San Guillermo Parish Church, known as the Sun King Church, one of the structures that was half buried by the lava flow from the eruption of Mount Pinatubo in 1991. The church has since been renovated and is currently operational and may be accessed through what were once the second floor windows, now converted into doorways. San Guillermo Parish Church in Bacolor, Pampanga is named after San Guillermo, the town's patron saint. The church was originally constructed by the Augustinian friars in 1576, also the town's founding, with Padre Diego de Ochoa, OSA, becoming the town's first parish priest 2 years later. In 1880, the church was destroyed by an earthquake and rebuilt by Father Eugenio Alvarez in 1886. Near the facade of the parish church is a museum on the history of the church. It also contains paintings of the Pinatubo eruption in 1991. The main retablo, side retablos, and pulpit are gilded with gold leaf. The richness of the decoration of Bacolor Church depicts the advanced stage of Baroque and Rococo. After the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo, which half buried the church on October 1, 1995, the structure remained in use as a place of worship. It was a tourist destination before the Lahar tragedies, and more tourists came to the church, whose remaining features are being preserved and maintained afterwards. Only half of the original facade of the church can be seen after it was half buried by the eruption. After the eruption, the townspeople excavated the altar and the retablo and relocated it under the dome. The retablo's niches are filled with centuries-old statues, which were saved from destruction of the lahar. The netizens of Bacolor carefully excavated the ornately curved main and side altars and restored in its immaculate condition. The choir area used to be located above the sanctuary, but since the lahar occurred, the citizens of Bacolor decided that the area be moved. This heritage church is part of the main venue for taping of ABS-CBN primetime show May Bukas Pa from January 15, 2009 to February 5, 2010, using the church as their monastery. The production crew of May Bukas Pa was allowed by Father Jesus Manabat Jr. since the show's story has religious themes, and letting the crew film their help in the maintenance and repair of the whole church compound. The Filipino channel's aid in exposure led to an influx of foreigners and locals visiting the church. The church also made appearances in various films such as the 1996 movie Istokwa and the 2006 movie Summer Heat by Viva Films. Mula naman dito sa Bacolor, Pampanga, gagapang na muna ang butiki pauwi ng Maynila. Next week, tatawid naman ako papuntang Angeles City, Pampanga. Isang makasaysayang simbahan naman ang aking pupuntahan doon, ang Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary Parish Church, o mas kilala sa pangalan na Santo Rosario Church, at kilala rin sa pangalan na Angeles Church. Abangan niyo ko dun, guys! Bye-bye!